Hello everyone, this is going to be just a little bit awkward because I cannot find my paper copy of these notes that I brought home. And so one of you is probably going to have to show me how I can pull up a Google Doc on my iPad and write on it. I'm sure I need an app and I just don't have it. So for right now I'm going to be showing it here and then I'll do it on paper over here and we'll slide them back and forth, and I apologize. I'm not there today. My son has strep throat, so I hope to be back tomorrow. You guys should be able to watch this and do the notes and get right into your homework and hopefully get any of your topic on percents homework done that we have in Schoology that you haven't finished already. So you'll have plenty of time to work. So first we're going to be talking about multiple discounts today, or you might have a discount and then a tax is added on. So you're doing multiple things to your number. And so for an example, I might be finding a discount and then adding tax on, so I have to find tax afterwards. Or I might be finding the tip and then adding, finding the tax rather, and then adding a tip on. So you always want to do things in that order. They're going to do the discount before the tax so you don't get as big of a discount. And you want to add the tax before you tip the server to make sure that he or she is able to cover their taxes that they're going to have to pay on those tips that they earn. So a couple questions here that we'll discuss when I get back, but it says, can you just add the discounts together? For instance, if I had 50% off and then another 50% off coupon, could I just say that the item is 100% off? So I want you to think about that. And then another one is order matters. Finding tax and then finding a discount is not the same as finding the discount and then finding the tax. And I want you to try to think about why not? Why is that not the case? So my first one here is the original price of a camera was $60. It was on sale for 20% discount. Later, the price of the camera was reduced by an additional 25%. So remember, my question up there doesn't mean it's just 55% off. So what we're going to do is we're not going to combine them, and we're going to see what we get from that. So what was the final price of the camera? So in order to do this problem, I know that the original price of the camera is $60. And that first I'm going to have a 20% discount. And remember, I can find the 20% and subtract it from there, or I can go, oh, this is 100%. And so if I'm taking 20% off, I'm only paying 80%. So I can just find 80% of it. So 100 minus 20 equals 80% again. So if I find 80% of 60, that's 0.8 times 60, and that's going to be $48. Now if I go back on that same camera is then another 25% off. I'm not going to go back to the $60. I've already taken off one coupon. So this time I'm going to take 25% off. And I could say, oh, 100 minus 25 equals 75%. And so I can just find 75%, once again, not of 60, of my new price, $48. So 0.75 times 48. And yeah, I'm over here using my calculator too, which I know you guys are. And I'm going to warn you against using that percent sign on the big ones because get a total of $36 there. You won't be allowed to use those calculators when you take our state testing and such. You will have to make the percent into a decimal all by yourself. So there is one way to do that problem. Now once again, like I said, we could have also done 20% and then subtracted that from 80 to get that. So the final price after both discounts is $36. My second problem, if I can get out of the glare there, is that Paige went to a restaurant and she wanted to order a meal that was $17.99. She had a $3 off coupon, would be charged 7.5% for sales tax, and wanted to leave a 20% tip. And at this point, you're like, holy cow, there's a lot going on there. So let's see if we can't just get that part written down. So she went, and her original meal was $17.99. She has a $3 off coupon, not percent here, but a $3 off coupon. Then she gets charged a 7.5% tax, and then she wants to leave a 20% tip. So this is the actual order that we want to do these in. So I'm going to do this first. So I'm going to do $17.99 minus $3. So now her bill is $14.99. We got to pay tax on that. Now I can either go, oh, I'm going to pay all of that, which is 100%, plus 7.5%, which gives me 107.5%. Or I can say, well, 7.5% rather is written like this as a decimal. And I need to find what that is times $14.99. And you can see, like I said before, these numbers don't stay pretty. They like to get a little bit more difficult. So I find that that tip is, or that tax rather, is $1.12, which means I now have a new total of $16.11. And I'm like, I want to do 20% tip off of that. Now, just for my own knowledge, as someone when they go to dine, I actually usually tip off of what the original bill was, only because, you know, that is the amount of work that the server did. I don't take into account the coupon. But for the sake of doing these problems, this is what they're going to tell you to do. So now I want to get a 20% tip. So now I need to add on a 20% tip. So now I'm going to find 20% of my new total here with tax. So this is my tax. This was my new bill with a discount. So this was my discounted bill. Just to kind of label some stuff in there so you can see it. So now I need 20% of that. And that is going to tell me, that problem right there is going to tell me what my tip is. So that means that my tip is $3.22. So this is my tip. I now need to add the $16.11 plus the $3.22. And I get that my total after my coupon and my tax and my tip is $19.33. Now you'll recall, and you can see on your paper, that it doesn't just say what's the answer. It says if Paige ordered this meal and decided to tip the server based on her total including tax, what would Paige's final bill be? So that's where we got our $19.33. If she only had a $20 bill, would she be able to afford this meal? Well, if it's $19.33, $20 is more than that. So we would say yes. The bill or total is $19.33. So $20 would cover the cost, or something along those lines. My next question says the store is having a clearance sale on pianos that regularly sell for $3,900 each. Beginning on July 5th, the price of these pianos will be reduced by 20%, and each morning after that, July 5th, the remaining pianos will be reduced by an additional 20%. The price reduction will continue until all the pianos are sold. Mrs. Stagg can only spend $2,200 on a piano. Determine the first day that Mrs. Stagg can buy one of the pianos. All right, so I'm a very visual person, so I drew myself a little calendar, and I'm going to put the price of a piano in each of those days. And we know that our goal is that Mrs. Stagg has that much money to spend on a piano. We want to know when can she do that. So normally the pianos, that original price, they are $3,900. Now beginning on July 5th, the price of the pianos is going to be reduced by 20% each day. So on that first day, we have to find 20% of $3,900. And this is going to be my reduction of $780 this time. That means I'm going to have to do that last extra step of subtracting that to find that my sale price is now $3,120. So on July 5th, if Mrs. Stagg goes in, she cannot afford a piano yet. It's still too much. So now they're going to start taking a 20% off of each new price. So this next time I'm going to do 20% off of $3,120. Now remember, the other way I can think about this is 100 minus the 20, which gives me 80% of 3,120, which is just 0.8 times 3,120. And that will give me my sale price without having to do that step of subtracting. And I get $2,496. So on July 6th, it's still $2,496, and Mrs. Stagg still cannot afford it. Now, if we're kind of watching our trend here, I'm going to expect that first time we reduced off $780, that second time we took off a little over $600. So we only need to lose another about $300 in order for Mrs. Stagg to be able to afford a new piano. I'm going to guess we're going to make it, but let's find out. So once again, 20% off of, and now we're up to this as our price. And so if we do 20% of that, if we want to use that other method again, 0.2 times 24.96. And my cat is now circling me, by the way, so if suddenly things go haywire, I apologize. That is going to be $499.20. Remembering that I then have to subtract that to find my actual sale price right now. So $24.96 is what we were at. We are subtracting $499.20. We are down to $1,996.80, which means that by July 7th, Mrs. Stagg can get a piano. So we would answer with Mrs. Stagg can make her purchase on July 7th or after or later, that she can go ahead and make that purchase. So that last one was a bit long. This last problem here, we only have 4. I want you to pause it, I want you to try it, and then I want you to turn it back on and check it. And as soon as you're done with that, you are going to go and start working on your homework, and I will tell you how to get to that at the end of this question. All right, so we had Lily buying some jeans, and they were originally $40. She had 2 different coupons. She had 25% off coupon from the store, and then she had another 10% off for being a valued customer. So her original $40 jeans, she got to take 25% off with her first coupon, and then she moved down and took another 10% off. So when I take that 25% off, I can find 25% of 40 and then subtract it. And so after that first coupon, her jeans are down to $30. Now remember, you also could have done that without doing this last subtraction step by doing 100 minus 25, getting 75, and then multiplying by that, and that will go right to your sale price. Then she gets to take 10% off of the 30. So the 10% doesn't go back to the 40. It goes back to that new discounted price we have of 30. So 10% of 30, let me put a 0 in there so you can tell my decimal is 3. And you might have been able to figure that out with our nice mental math that we learned last week. And then 30 minus 3 is 27. So the final price of the jeans is $27. So now that you are all finished, you're going to be going to Schoology.